Hello, I'm Santo D. Marabella. Today, I want to share with you that the Reading Film Office is partnering with Goggleworks Center for the Arts, Boscov Theater, and the Jewish Federation of Reading Berks to present a very special screening of the film They Survived Together on April 21st, beginning at 6 p.m. with a filmmaker meet and greet, followed by the film at 7 p.m. We were fortunate to have the filmmaker John Rokosny with us today. John, welcome, and thank you for telling this powerful story of courage and survival during the Holocaust.
Oh, thank you, Santa. Thank you for having us. It's great. I'm really excited about screening this film and talking to you today.
It's our pleasure. You know, with so many films that have already recount this most horrific time of dehumanizing depravity in history, why choose to tell this story? What's different?
Um, I met this family. My partner, Andrea Redmond, who's my producing partner, and I met Hanka, one of the siblings of the family, in our local cafe in the East Village, Lower East Side. And we heard her story. She wrote a children's book for her granddaughter's bat mitzvah, and to tell the family story in a gentle way. It's called The Red Hat, and the film is based on this book, really. And once we heard this story, our jaws dropped. We were so moved by it because we were actually with her while we read the book. She told us her whole story, and it just rang like a bell. Like, I just halfway through the book, I said, I know what I'm going to be doing for the next few years of my life. It was one of those moments of clarity, where I was like, I've got to do this. This is it. This has been handed to me, and it's my mission to do this and to tell the story. So it was a gift.
It certainly is, and it's a gift to your audiences as well, and I'm sure to the is it Niger or Niger family?
Tiger
Niger family.
family, yeah.
Yeah. The in the process of making the film, I know you've had to have heard countless stories from the siblings recounting these atrocities by the Nazis that they either observed or experienced themselves. So, I guess what I would ask and wonder is how did hearing their story impact you as a filmmaker, but actually more importantly, how did it impact you as a person?
You know, we hear these stories and we see films, but when you're in the room with a person who has experienced this and they're telling you this, it makes it so real. And we were very lucky to be able to get firsthand account witnesses of the atrocities of the Holocaust. These people are getting very old, they're dying, their memories are going. We were very lucky to capture this. I won't give away the ending, but uh, yeah, it just it just makes it all more real that when you actually sit down in a room alone with a person and hear their story, um, it shook me,
Yeah, I would agree. Having screened it myself, I kind of recall. So I guess Steven Spielberg talked about this when he established the National Archive in the Holocaust Museum. That these stories have to be told because then there is documented evidence that in fact they happened and they were not made up or they cannot be denied.
Right. That's what's so important, that this, and I feel so grateful to be able to have done this film, to have completed it. So this story will not die, as generations go, the story, I screened this film for the whole family, including the next generation down and the next generation down, and they were all surprised that they were like, I never heard that story. They were all and even some of the siblings themselves were like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, because they didn't really talk about it that much as a family. But when they were given this opportunity to make this film, it all came out. And So that to be able to pass this down to the family, at the very least, was very important. Um,
Abs-
but it's touched a
Absolutely.
lot of people. We've gotten great reactions from people, and that was very important for us. That the story came out in a real way that you could follow it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you from my perspective, it's so compelling. I think for the dichotomy it presents of characters, on the one hand, the lack of character of the Hitler's regime, and then on the other hand, the strength of characters of families like the Nigers. Um, we hope you'll join us on April 21st. And for more information, please click on the link below that describes how to get tickets.